Are you still staring at that dark spot after weeks of serums and correctors and treatments? Well, let's talk about why it's still there, the biology behind it, and when you can expect for it to clear. Your skin has epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. The pigmented parts are the epidermis and the dermis. Let's talk about epidermal pigmentation. Epidermis itself has 4 layers on your face. They start at the basal layer, go up into the spinosum layer, then granulosum, and then they flatten into the stratum corneum, which is the topmost layer where, they're dead cells. For epidermal pigmentation, melanin, which is the actual pigment, it's produced in the basal layer, right? Think of it being produced in the basement of a building. And it needs to be carried through a skin cycle all the way to the top before it can be flaked off or exfoliated, etc. But while it's still in those middle layers or that bottom layer, you're still going to see it. One cycle going from bottom to top can take 28 to 45, 50 days, depending on your age, depending on your health, etc. So why isn't it all gone in one skin cycle? Because unless you're using melanin inhibitors and have been using them for a while, the melanin still continues to be produced. Triggers like sun exposure, acne, inflammation, etc. will generate melanin anyway, even if you're trying to exfoliate it off. That's what makes tyrosinase inhibitors, your melanin inhibitors, so important, along with factors to control for the other things, your sunscreen, your acne treatments, controlling inflammation, etc. So let's say you've implemented all those measures. Well, how long should it take? Should it only take the one cycle? The answer is no. From the time you start using all those things to the time you actually see it take effect, it will likely take 3 to 4 skin cycles. So you're looking at something like 3 to 6 months for you to start seeing results. And that's why when you only use one bottle of something and you say, oh, I tried it for 2 weeks or 4 weeks and I don't see a difference, you're just getting started with making a difference. Just referencing my journey from last year, I started at this and a few weeks later I was at this. If I had said, oh, not enough of a difference, I'm going to give up, I wouldn't have the skin I have today. Is it perfect? No, but it's a lot better than this. Think of pigmentation like ink in a sponge, right? So if you were to drop liquid ink into a sponge, I ran some water on it once, it should be clear. No, the answer is no. It takes several cycles of running it through the water, squeezing it out before you actually have a clean sponge. Your skin's going to be the same. What about if it's dermal pigmentation? Well, then your creams, lotions, potions, anything that you're using, for the most part, it's like coaches from the sidelines of a soccer field. They won't even make it onto the playing field to make a difference. So what makes the difference for dermal pigmentation? How do you even find out what's epidermal versus dermal? And what should you do for dermal? Follow me and continue to find out. Meanwhile, save this post for the next time you feel like your products aren't working.